cyclic. It's getting busier. Slow down.
Everybody ready? Good morning. I'd like to call the January 9th, 2019 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting to order. If you would, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Abbott?
Here.
Commissioner Morse?
Here.
Commissioner Brule?
Here.
Commissioner Walker?
Here.
Commissioner Beller? Commissioner Kelly?
Here.
Commissioner Meal?
Here.
Chairman Gordon?
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum.
If we could, the recorded announcements.
Anyone who has not signed in, please do so at the table located in the lobby. Should anyone wish to speak, please complete a request to speak form, which is also located on the lobby table next to the sign-in sheet. A request to speak form must be completed for each item you would like to speak on. Please note, there are stairs on the right, left, and center aisles, and we ask that you use caution when using the stairs. There is also a ramp located to the audience's left. If anyone has written comments, exhibits, petitions, photos, or letters they intend to present at today's meeting, have 17 copies and give them to a staff member at the back of the auditorium. Staff member, please hold up your hand for the audience. If you do not have 17 copies, you may use the overhead camera to present your documents. Please place your documents on the podium and line it up with the arrows indicated. If you want your documentation to go on record, you must hand them to the clerk after your presentation with the agenda item number clearly marked on the documentation. Members of the public cannot speak to staff members that are seated at the tables with microphones during the meeting. If you have questions, please see the staff member located in the back of the auditorium. All speakers will be limited to 2 minutes to make their presentation statements. Everyone, please turn off all cell phones or place them on vibrate during the meeting. If you must take a call, please leave the meeting area and go outside to have your conversation. We also ask the audience to refrain from talking with one another during the presentations and discussions. Today, the Planning and Zoning Commission will hear public testimony and then forward a recommendation to the Board of Supervisors. Everyone attending the meeting is asked to remember that the administrative building and campus are tobacco-free areas, which means no smoking is allowed from curb to curb. No food or drinks are allowed in the auditorium except for bottled water. If there are any items remaining on the agenda, the commission will break for lunch for 1 hour per the chairman's discretion.
The items we'll hear today with the recommendation made by the commission will be heard by the Board of Supervisors on Monday, February 4th, 2019 at 9:30 a.m. in the same location, with the exception of any continued items. First today, we need a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the December 12th meeting.
Move to approve.
A motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Next item this morning is the call to the public. Is there anyone in the public that would wish to address this commission this morning? Seeing none, we'll close the call to the public and move on to our first public hearing this morning.
Item number 1 is an evaluation of a request for a special use permit for assessor's parcel number 330110009L to allow for an assisted living facility for 10 residents in an AR 5A agricultural residential 5-acre minimum lot size zone in the Kingman vicinity. We've received 4 letters in opposition to this item. Staff recommends approval.
Thank you. Is the applicant present this morning? Would you like to address the commission at all? Okay. Applicant is present. Commission, any comments, questions, discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr. Abbott.
I read those letters. I've talked to some people, and I don't think they understand exactly the area we're in and maybe why it would be recommended approval by staff. So I'd like for you to, if staff would give us an explanation as to why you recommended this approval.
Yeah, Chairman Gordon, Commissioner Abbott. So staff recommended approval within the Mojave County zoning ordinance under assisted living facilities. We allow them with a special use permit in any residential zone. So long as they meet the criteria to be approved for a special use permit, we're going to most likely recommend approval. It's a large house there in the area. Most assisted living facilities, assisted living homes, as this one is, are done in residences, and so it fits right along with the zoning ordinance for the AR zone and for our section on assisted living facilities.
Can you comment on the fact that this request is in the Long Mountain Area Plan and it is a suburban development area?
Yeah, Commissioner Gordon, Commissioner Abbott. The Long Mountain Area Plan and the Mojave County General Plan both designate the area where this home is as a suburban development area. Suburban development area typically designates land size, density, but it does allow for suburban uses, which is a little bit larger lot sizes than an urban density, but also allows for some of those amenities that come with urban areas.
And assisted living being one of those?
Yes.
Thank you.
Question?
Commissioner Kelly?
Water, well, or the public, the water, or water hall, or what?
Chairman Gordon, Commissioner Meal, I'm not sure. I know water is available in different ways. I'm not sure how this property receives
Mr.
their
Chairman,
water.
I can answer that. I live reasonably close to it. Most of that area down in there is serviced by Surbat Water Company.
Okay.
And that particular resident is on the line and serviced by Surbat Water Company.
Thank you.
And there's many houses down in there that have that water company and very few wells.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Abbott. And Chairman Kelly, or Commissioner Kelly.
Does the special use permit change the zoning?
Chairman Gordon, Commissioner Kelly, no, it does not change the zoning.
Falls under the land use ordinance.
Correct, yes, and it does fit within the ordinance.
Mr. Chairman, this is Commissioner Bull.
Yes, Commissioner Brule.
I have a question for staff. Is there any ordinance that this residence having 14 members if they weren't part of assisted living? In other words, the demand for
Commissioner Brule, are you still with us?
Are you there?
Oh, there, now we have you. Please try that again.
I apologize. It's this phone. Excuse me. There would be no ordinance or prohibition against 12 people living in that residence if it weren't assisted living.
Did you understand the question?
Yeah, Chairman Gordon, Commissioner Brule, that's correct. We don't have any specific residential limitations within the zoning ordinance. So if they wanted to,
So the demand for services in that instance would not even be a question, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Yes, Mr. Morris, Commissioner Morris.
The issue that stands out with me the most is using the existing structure. I guess it's a question for the applicant. You're using the existing structure for this facility, or you're adding on, and specifically with the septic system capacity, the disposal of wastewater.
Could you please come to the podium and state your name, please?
Bill Andrews, applicant. When we originally built this structure 18 years ago, it was built in mind as an assisted living. So it is a 6-bedroom, 4-bath facility with an oversized septic tank.
Okay.
County approved, I'm sure.
Pardon me?
County approved, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, everything's permits and
And for the commission, I believe as you proceed with this, there are state health department requirements in terms of how you operate this as an assisted living facility. Are there regulations to that or not in this case?
yes and no. My wife and I, my wife is a registered nurse, and I have worked as a nurse myself. So we plan to, service the customers ourselves with some hired aides. But there is a course down in Phoenix that we plan to take as part of the process goes through to make sure that we do follow all the state requirements.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions for
I have a question.
Commissioner Meal?
That your guest, will it be in the house that you were in, or is there going to be a that detached structure or attached structure?
No, all we're changing is the furniture in the bedrooms to accommodate the residents. We have, when we built it with extra wide hallways, extra wide doorways. We have a roll-in shower, handicap shower. We built it for this in mind.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions of the applicant?
I have a comment for Bill. When I saw this, having had 3 experiences in the last 2 years with people getting into assisted living. This is a much, much, much needed thing. The last one I dealt with, I got to know this fellow and his brother. He was retired from the service. He and his brother lived together, and it was kind of a strange situation as the way I got to know him and stuff, but I got to know him very well. And his brother passed away one night. His brother had been kind of handicapped for years with polio, but he went into the service, so they came back and they lived together. This is just typical of these 3 experiences I had. He got sick, he had diabetes, he had to have a leg removed. We needed to get him into a assisted living place. He had no relatives whatsoever. We couldn't track down anyone. So I just kind of made myself available. After some time, I got him in one down in Mojave Valley, and they told me probably 30 days the most that we can keep him here. In 2 weeks, they called me and said, Mr. Abbott, we can't keep him here any longer. You have to come and get him. I had been working on things, looking at every place in Mojave Valley and in Kingman, and I found a place in Las Vegas that would take Glenn. I took him up to the one in Las Vegas, and he was there for about a month, and he was just going crazy, being an Army vet. He's very dependable to get back in his own home. So I brought him back to his own home. And me and the lady next door agreed to watch after him. And because he was pretty sick. I went over there one day and found him on the floor. I thought he was passed out, but he wasn't. And shortly after that, she went over one morning and found him and got him into the hospital, and he died a few hours later. But it's very difficult to find these places around here.
Yeah.
So that's
Thank-
my comment. And
I agree. Thank you for the comment, Commissioner Abbott. As this county grows, there definitely is a need for more and more facilities such as this, and I know they do exist dotted throughout the county and throughout our cities. So, thank you for the answers to the questions today. That's it for now. Thank you. Any other comments, questions by the commission or discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I would make a motion to approve for staff recommendation.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Abbott and a second by Commissioner Walker. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Thank you. Opposed?
Yay.
We have one opposition, the rest in favor. The motion carries. Good luck. Thank you. Item number 2 today is election of a vice chairman to assist me. Do we have any discussion or motions for vice chairman this morning?
Mr. Chairman, I talked to Mrs. Buell, and I don't know that it's a position anyone is going to die for, but she said she would accept it, and I would make a motion to nominate her as vice chair.
And I'd second that.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion by Commissioner Abbott and a second by Commissioner Walker to appoint Commissioner Brule as the vice chairman. Are you okay with that?
I
Commissioner?
don't exactly remember the same conversation that with Commissioner Abbott, but I would be honored to accept the nomination, yes.
Thank you, and I would be,
The train's already on the track.
yeah. Thank you, and I would be honored to have you as my vice chairman. So we have a motion, a second. All those in favor?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Aye. But I might restate that. She didn't say she wouldn't accept it. So maybe that's how I should have said it.
Noted. All right. Well, we had a motion, a second, and a unanimous approval. So the motion carries. Congratulations, Commissioner. That is everything on our agenda today. So I'll entertain a motion to be adjourned.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
A motion, a second. We stand adjourned.
Yeah, I think we.
Tried to make it.
Another
Melanie
3 minutes.
Brew?